Excited to tell you something that we're having next week. We actually are going to have a Zoom call next week. We're going to have it at 6 p.m. I'm going to email your parents all about it, but that's kind of like a group FaceTime call. I just really miss y'all and I want to see y'all. We're going to talk, we're going to play some games, but I'm going to tell your parents all about it and I'm so excited for it. But today what we're going to be talking about is jealousy. And being jealous is being envious of someone. Being jealous simply means you want what someone else has. And maybe you're mad, angry, or even sad that you don't have it. Maybe you see a girl with really nice clothes that you wish you had. Maybe you see a house, or you go to a house that you play with, and you see that their house is so huge. Maybe their parents are still together and yours isn't. There are so many things to get jealous about, and I get it, because I deal with it too. And it might sound crazy, but adults deal with it too. We'll go hang out with friends and we'll see things that we're jealous about. You know, their clothes, their car, their house, even other friends that they have. There are plenty of things to get jealous about. So much so that I could fill an entire book. You could fill this whole book with things to be jealous about. And it may even seem like what you're jealous about isn't even bad. Like, you don't think it's wrong because it might be the simplest thing or the purest thing that you're jealous about. You know, you're saying, I'm jealous about their parents are still together. How is that bad? I'm jealous that they have their own room. How is that bad? I'm jealous that they have a ton of food at their house. How is that bad? How are all these things a bad thing to be jealous about? And it's not the thing that you are jealous about, it's that you are jealous at all. That you are sitting there and that you are desiring something else that someone else has. It's that you are feeling bad about yourself and who you are because you're getting angry at God because He didn't give you something that they had. Maybe you're getting mad at yourself saying, who is this person right here who doesn't have this simple thing? You know, you're not liking yourself. You're getting angry at your parents, at God. And so it's not what you're jealous about, it's just the act of jealousy. That is what's so wrong with it. You could be jealous about the purest thing in the world and it's still wrong. Jesus, God, they made you to be the person that you are. They put you in the position that you are, in the situation you're in for a reason. You're in your house for a reason. You have the people that are surrounded by you for a reason. All these things happen to you, things that you have to deal with, are shaping you and molding you to be the person God has created you to be. You might be jealous that your friends don't fight all the time, or their house is huge, or they have a ton of food, but all those things that you lack, that you think you're missing out on, you're not, because you're made in this situation with the people in your life for a reason. You're being put there to be shaped and molded into this person, because everyone is not the exact same. There's not carbon copies where everyone has the exact same thing and there's no jealousy in the world. We don't have that. You were made for a purpose and for a calling on your life. The things you face will shape and mold you to live out this great calling that God has placed upon you. Some of you might be King David's, Queen Esther's, Peter's, and so much more. You just need to let go of all that jealousy holding you back. I mean, King David wouldn't be who he was if he wasn't in that field. And you know, his story could have been completely different if he was in that field with those sheep and he was saying, God, I'm jealous of my brothers. I mean, Queen Esther wouldn't be where she is if she was jealous of, I don't even know what she would be jealous of. She was a queen, but what would her story be if she was jealous at that moment? Where would Peter be if he said he was jealous that all the other disciples were with him and Jesus and he just wanted something else? Where would their stories be? So what I'm telling you is that you give it to God and you watch your life change. You watch your perspective change. When you give up that jealous thing that, you know, you're jealous of someone else's house, of their food, of their clothes, of their parents. When you let that go and just say, God, I'm here for a reason. You're shaping me for a reason. Your life's gonna change. Okay? You're gonna be thankful for where you are because you're in there for a reason. You're gonna be shaped. I mean, the exact thing that you're having trouble giving up could be this great calling on your life. And I'm gonna go all the way to John chapter 9, and I want to talk to y'all about Jesus heals a man born blind. It says, as Jesus was walking along, he saw a man who had been blind from birth. Rabbi, his disciples asked him, why was this man born blind? Was it because of his sins or his parents' sins? It was not because of his sins or his parents' sins, Jesus answered. This happened so the power of God could be seen in him. We must quickly carry out the task assigned to us by the one who sent us. The night is coming, and then no one can work. But while I am here in the world, I am the light of the world. Then he spit on the ground, made mud with the saliva, and spread the mud over the blind man's eyes. He told him, "Go wash yourself in the pool of Siloam." So the man went and washed and came back seeing. So I'm going to go back, and it says, it was not because of his sins or his parents' sins, Jesus asked. This happened so the power of God could be seen in him. So he was born blind so Jesus could go and heal him. Someone might be born paralyzed because Jesus is going to heal them. Someone might be coming from an orphanage and they're born that way, or they're born in that place because Jesus is going to be seen through them. So whatever you're facing, whatever hardships, whatever thing that you want that you don't have, might just be the very same thing where Jesus is going to come through shining in your life. And that could help others. This story about the blind man being healed and seeing helps other people, saying that God can heal me of this impossible thing. So you might be the answer for someone else. You might be the light that someone else sees because of where you came from, because of what you deal with. So I just want to pray with y'all because I want to show y'all what y'all can do when you have jealousy in your heart. Okay, so while we all close our eyes, and we're gonna pray. Okay, this is kind of like an example of what you can say when you're praying to God and showing him how you can give the jealousy to him. All right. Dear God, the jealousy that we have in our hearts of desiring of what someone else has, God, we give it to you. Dear God, take this jealousy from our hearts, because the only thing that you want in our hearts is love for other people, not jealousy for other people. God, I give you this jealousy in my heart. Don't let this be a burden on me any longer. I give it to you. I lay it at your cross so you can take it from me. Jesus, and I pray. Amen. All right, so that's our lesson for today.